No Bluffin Podcast. Welcome back to another episode. My brother JJ is back in the building with us.
We here.
We got a very special guest. We got two-time Pro Bowler and Super Bowl champion, TJ Ward. Appreciate you pulling up.
What's good?
OG 4-3.
OG 4-3.
He started the 4-3.
Man, hey, shoot, I was second in command. I didn't get that to Troy P.
Yeah.
That's really the only reason I kept it. I was like, shit, Troy rocking it. I'm in the same division. I'm going to keep it.
Yeah, definitely.
Look good, though.
Nah,
you
look,
rocking right, though, too, though. Cause
nah,
you know, the 4-3s, you can't really just be put my pads on and hit the field with that number on, bro.
I was
you know?
just about to say that.
You either got to be balling, you got to look cold, or both.
Yeah, because shout out my boy Jake Drizzy. So I had it with the Rams when I first got here. Then I left, and he took, his name Jake Drizzy, he took 4-3. It looked so bad out there. I'm like, bruh. So I came back, got like, it do take like a cert. You got to be balling, like you got to be out there.
Yeah,
so,
it do take a certain type. Like, even when I left Denver, people be like, bro, who is this 43 guy wearing 43?
I'm telling you.
It's like, bro, that's really a number that's just kind of given to people unless you cold and you make it do what it do.
For
so,
sure.
Yeah.
That's a fact. So you from the Bay Area, San Francisco. How was it coming up in the Bay? When did you start playing ball?
Man, I started playing ball at 8. Back then, that's when you could start. Like now, you start 6, 7. These kids playing so young. But I started playing at 8. Played for Antioch Youth Football out in the East Bay. I always knew I was going to play ball. My pops played ball. He went to San Diego State, got drafted by the Eagles. Ended up tearing his ACL, had a short career, but, you know, since day one, I already knew what was where I was going and what I wanted to do.
That's fire. I looked, and so you went to De La Salle High School. I had no idea, like, it was such a powerhouse, and y'all won like 150-plus games consecutively, like in a row.
So that's like 10 years.
Yeah, like
no losing.
No losing.
I think it was my senior year was the last year. Like our last game, we won the state, whatever. The next year they lost the first game. We was like, not the first game, but it was that situation where we was senior dominated, so we knew like they had a good chance of losing that streak the next year.
Sure.
Because every team before that, it was a mix. Like you had juniors playing with seniors, you know, it was a mix. But my senior year was a majority seniors and a few sprinkled juniors in between. But 151. I think it started in like 92, something like that. Went to 2004.
Damn,
a long time.
That's a lot. That's a lot of wins, bro.
See, my high school, my year was like the only year we was good. Like we known for losing. So my senior year, we went 9-1, did our little thing. But yes, that's crazy. It's flipped. It's opposite.
Did you ever think about like going to a different school just because it was like they were so dominant? Like, I want to go somewhere where I could like just shine and do my thing.
I didn't really think that till I got when I got in school, like freshman, sophomore. And we had some ballers, man. We had some ballers in school. Freshman, I kind of grew late, so I was smaller. The kids getting bigger, stronger, faster, and I'm like kind of stuck in the same place earlier in my high school career, like freshman, sophomore year. Then I got bigger in junior and senior year. But man, I'm like, I might want to go somewhere else. Play football, because like we had some dogs. At that time I was playing running back. And DJ Williams had already graduated, but he was one of the cats, like big names that we came through our school. We had another dude named Kevin Simon. He was, man, in high school, this dude had a bald head.
Oh, no.
Oh, he one of those.
He was like
215,
middle linebacker, ran a 4.4, like just a prototypical linebacker, what you think a linebacker is supposed to be. You look at Kevin Simon, and that was him. He went to Tennessee. Then we had Maurice Jones-Drew, a couple guys, that was in my class, Terrence Kelly, rest in peace. So I was looking around like, okay, it's only 2 running backs. I was playing corner safety, so it was like we had Jaggy, but there was a couple guys, man, there that was like, man, I'm going to really have to start improving, getting bigger or something, but I got to figure it out, or I might need to go somewhere else.
Right.
So, it all worked out. I didn't play at all my junior year. Like, I rode straight pine.
Wait, so you didn't really play until your last year?
Yeah, I didn't really play at all until my senior year. Yeah, bro, it was just it was a number. We had some ballers my junior year. Like, It is what it is.
It's crazy to me to hear like how much talent they had, because like all I always hear about is how dominant like Texas high school football or Florida high school football is. How does California high school football compare in your opinion?
Talent-wise, I think it's top 2. You know, Florida. I think Florida and Cali. Popularity-wise, Texas is gonna be number 1. You know, it's just popular down there. It's football. That's what they do. Ain't really too much else to do but go watch football. So it's very popular. But I think, honestly, Cali has the most diversity in players. Like, I feel, you know, Florida, they got heat. Them dudes is gonna be fast. Right. You know, that's what they do. Texas, they're gonna be fast too, but they're gonna be on the bigger side. And, you know, just strong, you feel me? Like linebacker, D-line type. Yeah. Big 10, Big 12, you thinking. And I just think Cali, we got it all. Like, we got speed. You know, you come down to SoCal, L.A., Bay, got burners from D-Jack, Javi Best. You know, we got burners. But then we got big dogs, too. Big, strong corn-fed.
Right,
you know,
right.
Central California, Fresno and all that.
Yeah.
So I think Cali is the most diverse state football-wise.
Man, that's dope. As far as like, how was recruiting for you? Because you didn't really play much until your senior year.
Yeah.
And then did you get recruited?
You had to do something. That all came
I
like.
tell you, I walked on. That's what I did.
Wow. I never knew that.
Yep.
I knew that.
Shoot, I got hurt my senior year. So I'm coming in. It's going to be my first year starting. Opportunity to earn a scholarship and all the whole nine. You know, I'm riding on this. And I'm having the first 2-3 games. I got to pick every game. So I'm like, cool. Like, I'm balling. It's playing out just how it's supposed to.
Right.
And then the 3rd or 4th game, I think, man, I get hit in my knee. And I broke my knee and was done for the year.
Damn.
So that was like...
That was just kind of devastating at that
devastating
point.
for sure. I didn't even want to go back to school. Like, I'm like, man, forget school. I can't play no ball.
Was you was playing both sides at that time? Both sides of the ball?
Yeah, I was really mostly playing free safety.
Okay.
I was playing a little slot, and that was the thing. I was starting to get more offensive snaps too. So I was like, you know, juiced and pumped about that because who don't want the ball in their hand? You feel me?
Right.
So yeah,
So when you decided to walk on at Oregon, why'd you walk on at Oregon? You didn't want to go to Cal? You could have walked on at Cal.
Cal was an option for me. Cal, San Diego State. I was gonna go to San Diego State, and then I was gonna go to JC, San Francisco City College, which is one of the best junior colleges, ever. Period. Like, they've been putting guys to SEC everywhere around the country for a long time, winning national championships and stuff. So that was definitely an option. My pops went to City, and I had a few partners that was up there already. So that was without spending no money and go to the JC. But our dean of students at De La Salle, Joe Aliotti, his brother Nick Aliotti was the D coordinator at Oregon. So they both from Pittsburgh, you know, the city next to where I grew up. So it was a little, family ties in there, little relationships. And then on top of that, my 4 brothers that was in my class, Willie Glasper, Cameron Colvin, Terrence Kelly, and Jackie Bates, they all got scholarships to Oregon. So that was a no-brainer. I was like, shit, I'm going with my partners. Go up there. I got people around me that care about me. I ain't going to be out there dolo by myself as a walk-on, don't know nobody. Right. I wasn't trying to stay at the crib, man, because...
Yeah, that's tricky sometimes.
Yeah, the Bay is just... like a lot of people hometowns, you get in the worst trouble in your hometown.
Absolutely.
So I was like, nah, let me get up out of the Bay for a minute. Let me go.
It'd be like that. Sometimes it's just best to get away because you can get stuck. Sometimes people that don't leave, they get stuck there forever, bro.
Stay there forever.
Yeah.
For sure. And then Oregon, man, it's like, at that time, they was up and coming. They had been good, with Joey Harrington and them, but they was really, like, becoming, at that time, on a national scene year to year, you feel me?
Right.
So I was like, cool. I had an older cousin that had went to Oregon. So I used to always go to my grandma's house when I was a kid, see his picture of the Oregon Ducks, and I just it was just destined, I guess. It was something that was just always in my heart, always in my mind, like, I want to go to Oregon like my cousin,
So when you go on a team like that as a walk-on, like, what are your responsibilities? Like, they just, whatever they tell you to run out there and do, you just...
Pretty much, like, yeah.
But I can't see that. Like, maybe because I went to Boston College, like, our walk-ons was like, y'all not playing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they know they barely like practicing. Like, they really like practice dummies. Like, I don't see you going like, cause
it wasn't like a just walk on, like, yo, I'm here. Here's my name. Let me walk. It was a preferred walk-on situation. Yeah. So they knew, I had some skills and I was trying to earn a scholarship. And, I had the capability to earn a scholarship. So it was like, okay, he just has some history. We can't give you no money. We can't give you nothing right now. But we give you the opportunity, take some financial aid, and see if you could beat some of these scholarship cats out. And basically, that was my mentality. It was like...
So what year did you, like, actually start seeing the field?
I started seeing the field. It's a crazy story, man. I was, like, starting as a walk-on. Like, I ain't had no scholarship when I was starting. That's why they gave me the scholarship like that next year. I was only a walk-on for a year, my first year. So I started getting in the lineup my freshman year, and I was gonna play as they was gonna play me as a true walk-on, and then I got hurt my knee, and then I had a couple injuries, so I really didn't see the field probably till my sophomore year, redshirt sophomore year.
Yeah, but it's wild because, like, from 2005, him being a walk-on, to 2008, he lead the whole team in tackles.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like the work ethic and the grind you put in to really get to that point.
That's betting on yourself.
I didn't even know that. That.
2008, you led the team in tackles.
Yeah, I mean, I give a lot of credit to my pops, too, because he really had the vision for it. Like, and I just remember people, like, hearing what the plan was and, like, nah, that ain't going to work. Or, you really doing that? Or... doubting it. It's always going to be doubters and haters and whatever you do. That's why you don't tell people what you got planned. Niggas always trying to stop you from doing what you feel you need to do.
What's best for you.
Something that they know is going to be successful, but they just ain't got the energy or time or even drive to do it. They just don't want to see you do it.
Right.
You give somebody a good idea. Damn, that's a good-ass idea. Nah, you shouldn't do that, bro. That ain't, you know what I'm saying? That's just how people is.
Yeah. How was it playing in the Pac-10 at that time?
Oh, man, that was lit at that time. It was like...
You played against Marshawn?
Yeah.
Nah. Oh, you did?
I was on... I didn't play against Marshawn. I was on, on the team.
Yeah.
But I was hurt, so I didn't even travel. When we had came up to Oregon... we had came up to Cal when... I think that was Marshawn's junior year and my sophomore year. And I had got hurt, so I had never played him in college. But I know Marshawn for a long time. Like, since we was little.
Who was some...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He was running that thing. That's why I asked.
Yeah, for sure.
Nah,
I really didn't even play Marshawn until I got to Denver and he was in Seattle. That was like year 7 for me.
Damn.
So it was late.
So when you was playing in the Pac-10, who was like some of the best teams at that time?
SC. They had Reggie my freshman year.
Ooh. You got to
that
witness
boy in
that
person.
greatness.
Oh, my
Got to witness that greatness.
Look.
You ain't have to try to tackle him, no.
Bro, I seen him shake our corner with one. You know that clip where he come out his shoe and he running and he shaking him out his shoe with his sock flapping and running to score? Well, I was standing right there. We had our corner AG. Man, Reggie come outside. And AG not a good tackler at all, so I'm already know. Reggie hit that corner. I said, ooh, AG in trouble, boy. But his shoe came off. So I'm like, okay, he got a shot. His shoe off. You can't run in no sock on that turf. It's slippery as hell. Man, when I say he gave a 1-2 with no shoe on, pow, pow, pow. I was like, oh, shit.
Hell nah.
I was like, oh.
Who was cold like that when you was at BC?
I mean, we had like Dalvin. He was all right. We had the best back on our team.
ACC, huh?
Yeah. Andre Williams, my freshman year, he was running through everybody. Like, y'all probably don't remember dude. He had 44 on. He was up for the Heisman. Like, he came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It was mostly receiver heavy.
What happened? Get league? He went league?
We played.
Obviously, right?
We came out here. We played Marquise Lee.
Yeah, he was a monster.
Yeah, we came out here. We had to see him.
Keith was cold.
But yeah, it's mostly receivers. Like Florida State team, they had all of them got drafted. That's when like Jameis, Kenny Shaw, Rashad Green, O'Leary. They had Freeman, Wilder, and like
that's the year they played Oregon in the playoffs.
Yep. That was the year. So.
And then how was it playing? You got to play against Ohio State in the Rose Bowl. How was that experience?
Yeah, that was cool, man. The Rose Bowl was a great experience. Like, I'm so glad I was fortunate enough to play in that. That's like almost a college Super Bowl. You feel me? Like the Natty is the Natty. But the Rose Bowl is like the granddaddy of them all. It's the oldest one. It got so much history, so many great players and played in the game.
Yeah.
For Oregon, we hadn't played in it in like 30 years or something. It was crazy. So being the first team.
You balled too. You had 10
Yeah, I had a
tackles
good
in
time.
there.
I had a
You
good
10
time. I
tackles
missed the
in
whole fourth quarter.
there.
I got concussion. Damn. So we lost. I wasn't going to put it on our backup, but I'll just say if I was in the game, we would have won that game, man. Because they started killing us with the tight end after I went out. And shit, I would have too. I would have went straight to the tight end.
Yeah.
But we had Terrell Pryor was the quarterback. They had Brandon Sane at running back. Who was the receivers? They had some good-ass receivers that year, too.
Ohio State stayed with some receivers.
Posey was the receiver. Posey, a couple other cats.
Damn.
They had a little slot, Satchenberger, white dude. He was pretty cool. They had smart, though. Their defense was really cold, though. Their defense that year.
Ohio State, they be producing them. They be producing them athletes, man.
Yeah, it's crazy because playing Ohio State in my last game and then getting drafted to Cleveland and going straight to Ohio.
Yeah,
Gotta
like,
talk about that.
Yeah,
So
how
that
was
was-
your draft process?
It was pretty.
Did
It
you
was
do
no
the one-
surprises, bro. Like it was
How was
no
the
surprises.
Wonderlic test? He was awful at the
I don't even
Wonderlic test.
remember, bro. Honestly, the Wonderlic, I ain't really getting no effort to that. I was just, because it's the end of the combine, you ready to go. Like, I'm ready to go. I know it's important, but come on, I ain't no quarterback.
That's what I
at
was
the
just
end of
about
the
to
day.
say that. I feel like quarterbacks,
quarterback,
you know what I'm
whatever you
saying?
need, cool. But you want me to run out here and hit people. You don't need many
Exactly.
brain cells to do that. But I am very smart.
Yeah.
Very smart. Like, safety, you got to be. You got to make sure all the pieces in play, get guys lined up, communicate for other people. He may be trying to communicate with him, and he can't hear him. So now I got to communicate for y'all too. Sometimes linebacker out, you might have the mic in your helmet one game. Now you calling defensive players getting the signal. So you got to do everything at safety.
Yeah. So you went in the second round. Did you feel like you was gonna go in the first round?
I thought I could have went. That was my goal coming to my senior year, was to go first round. That's why I came back. And then I missed half the year with a high ankle sprain. So I kind of knew I wasn't going to go first just based off of that alone. But, you know, second was definitely what I was hearing from teams early in the process. So I was banking on second.
You had a preferred destination, or you was like wherever?
I was like,
Definitely not Cleveland.
I was like, man, I would love to go somewhere warm. Playing at home with the Niners or not really the Raiders, but the Niners would have drafted, that would have been dope. Philly, that would have been cold because my dad got drafted by Philly, so
That'd have been
us
hard.
both being drafted by Philly would have been cold.
Yeah. Your class was fire.
Philly almost took me, though. They took Nate Allen to pick before me.
I remember that.
Right before me. I'm like, oh, my agent called me too. He's like, man, I know we ain't talked to Philly, but they thinking about getting you. I went 38. They got 37.
Damn, you just missed the first.
Yeah, he was
Damn.
just outside the first. His class was cold. He had Ndamukong Suh in his class.
Yeah, everybody.
He had Tebow, Dez Bryant.
Yeah, we had
Gronk.
Earl Thomas,
Hey, Gronk.
Eric Berry.
EB5.
Yeah, you
That
had
was
a-
the year. Everybody, all the juniors came out because it was the year before the new CBA. So it was a lockout the year after. So everybody was leaving. And
Yeah.
I'm like, damn.
it's too
Like,
many of
if
us.
everybody didn't leave, I for sure think I would have went first round.
Yeah.
Like, because we had, I think the first round safeties was Eric Berry, Earl Thomas, and McCourty, I think. Devin. Yeah. And then right after that, it was like Nate Allen, me, who else was in that class? Rashad Jones was in that class. Cam Chancellor was in that class.
Damn. Forgot about Cam Chancellor.
Shit, it was a few safeties in that class, man.
That was a good class. What was your expectations like your rookie year?
Kareem Jackson was in that class. He's still playing.
Yeah, they trying to.
But
they
he was a
tryna-
corner, though. He came in as a corner, but
They trying to suspend his ass.
4 games. I seen that. I said, God, I've been suspended one game, and that game check they take,
Pissed
you don't
off.
never really think about. You just thinking about ball at first.
Right.
Like, damn, I'm suspended. I can't play this week. Then you like, hold up,
Getting them pockets too.
I got my check.
Yeah, that check going, you be hot. So getting drafted by Cleveland, like what was your expectations for your rookie year? Had you ever been to Ohio?
Nah, I never been to Ohio, but I think we had a good class. You know, Joe Hayden went first. I went second. Colt McCoy went third.
Maryland
He
boy.
loved Joe Hayden.
Yeah, that's my
man.
dog, man. Joe, my dog. Who else was in that class? Montario Hardesty, Tennessee running back. He was cold. Had a couple injuries in the league, so it shortened his career. But so I'm thinking like we gonna turn some shit around. Like I'm headed to the airport. Colt McCoy called me. And reaching out to all the guys, man. Let's do some big things. And so I'm juiced. Yeah, Joe cold. I'm cold. Colt. Like we got squad. Now you get in the locker room. It's a bunch of vets, and we had some funny ass vets, man. My rookie year.
Who's your vet?
Was Whitner there? Oh,
Nah, Dante wasn't there. Dante actually, when I left Denver, that's when Dante came.
Oh shoot.
So that's my boy too, from Ohio. You know, but Ohio, they got like the people in Ohio are great. Cleveland people, they really cool. They down to earth. They take care of you.
Yeah.
They the best fans. You know, they be at every game cheering, win, lose, draw,
Tailgating,
rain, sleet, or snow.
It take forever to get to the state. I went to one of his. It took forever to get to the
you was
state.
in a little tailgate.
Man, we
parking lot.
They got
Muni.
lot.
Yeah, we was out there. We was out there with the people having a ball.
Yeah,
It was cold. They don't care.
man, I think I came to a couple years ago. I went to a Buffalo game. That was first time being in the stands at the Browns game. Man, it was cold as hell. I'll never do it again. Be in the suite or something. But,
Yeah. As far as like when you come to the NFL, what's like the biggest adjustment from college to being in the league? It could be on the field, off the field, whatever. Like, what's the biggest adjustment? What's y'all?
the biggest adjustment is like getting the football out your head and it becoming a business and a job. Like, because you still think like I got practice, it's football, but it's so much more than that when you get to the league, bro. It's so much more. And like, I remember talking to some of my older homies while they was in the league and be like, yeah, what's going on? What you got going? Oh, I got work. Like work?
Yeah,
you got
work.
football practice. What you talking about work?
They be
like,
laughing.
you gonna
Yeah,
get
I
it.
be laughing when
You
he
gonna
said
get
it.
it. And shoot, a couple years in, I came back to him because actually at the time my homie was on the team with me in Cleveland. I was like, bro, I get it. He was like, yep, I told you. I was like, yeah, this is a full-time job.
Yeah.
For real. And the sooner you start treating it like that, the better off you be.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, it ain't no school, it ain't no none of that. Like, you a grown man. Like, you got, like you said, bills, it's work. Like, that's your job. You go check in. You know what I'm saying? When you get done, you still got to find a way to stay. You know what I'm saying? Stay in tune with it. But you got other stuff to do. Like,
Yeah. But as far as
family.
like the training structure, it's not as structured as like college, right? Like,
Nah, it's very similar to me. I think college is maybe a little bit more hands-on just because you're younger. But like the seasons is the same. You go through spring ball, which is OTAs. Come in, got camp, which is regular camp. You know, you got off-season workouts where you in the weight room doing all that running and lifting and stuff. So the football side, it's always gonna be football. But like you said, you got a family now. You in a locker room with cats that's 33.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They got to go home. Ain't no kicking it after practice. Ain't no going to
Right.
the dorm or going to the apartment playing Madden.
Yes,
You know what I'm saying? Nah,
that's
we going
different.
home. I got kids. I got my lady, whatever the case may be. So you really more, individualized.
Right.
Like you really in your own little bubble, but at the same time, like you on a team.
Yeah.
And then, as you come in as rookies, it's still kind of similar because as rookies, you do all that rookie symposium. They trying to teach y'all the way, so y'all together a lot. So it's still a little bit like college, but by that second year, bro, it's every man for themselves.
How do y'all deal with like the family aspect of like, what's that?
That's a good question. I don't know why either. But I'm getting good at saying no. I tell you that.
got to. I had a problem. Well, shit, still do. Low key, like, it's hard, but like you said, my mom, like, it go through her first, and even she be like hesitant to come. So maybe they don't want to distract you while you playing. That's probably why it's more now. But yeah, I ain't really had that for real. Thank God.
But I think it's a lot more free time now too, because like you at work all day, you getting ready for the game, and it's easy to be like scream. I'm doing stuff, and it's not always like I got stuff to do. So if you're not really in my circle like that, you really shouldn't be asking for that anyway. But I done got in situations with like potential investments and stuff like that, But as far as like my personal people, I'm a giver, so I even like my close family. Are you good? You need something? You straight? All right, cool. But I really, my cousins and aunties and uncles really ain't never came and asked for no like real money like that.
Okay.
You know.
That's cool. Did you when you was going to Denver? So you balled out in Cleveland. You made the all-rookie team.
Mm.
You had a good run in Cleveland. Going into free agency, was you just set on Denver, or was there other options, or how did that go?
Nah, I didn't even talk to Denver to the first day of the free agents when you could sign. Yeah. So I hadn't talked to Denver at all. But Cleveland, they didn't even come with nothing. Like, they didn't even offer me nothing, which kind of was a slap in the face. So
They be playing games over there. Look, they be playing games over there.
Shit, it was like that with the Rams. My free agency, like, they ain't even say nothing. Like, even less money than they thought I would get. Like, hey, if you're willing to take this, you can stay. They was just like, we drafted you mid rounds. We can go do it again. Like, so. And I ain't heading from Cleveland till, like you said, the new league year when I went. So, I don't know. It's a tricky little process.
Yeah, it is. It's So when Denver called, I took below market value to go to Denver.
Really?
At that time, yeah, I took below market value to go to Denver. But I wasn't doing that for Cleveland. But they didn't even offer. And then they came back and backdoored to Dante and gave him more than I got to go to Denver.
Damn.
And I was like, oh, y'all disrespectful.
Yeah, that's
Because at that
wild.
time, Dante was what? A few years older than me. I don't know what his production was like, but it wasn't on mine at that time. You feel me? Couldn't have been.
Mm-hmm.
So I just felt disrespected by Cleveland in that manner. Whatever, I forgot who the GM and regime was at the time, but we done had three. I had two owners, 3 head coaches, 2 GMs while I was there. It's like,
Everything
come on,
just
bro.
was
Ain't
always
no
in
stability.
flux.
Ain't no stability.
Yeah, so you went to Denver. Y'all had a loaded rock, a mob, especially on the defensive side.
I watched that defense. Like, that was my favorite defense, bro. I'm telling you.
Man, that was my favorite defense to play for sure. Well, we was.
Before you played the game, did you knew like we're gonna be like that on the defensive side?
Like before each game, or
Like before
I got to Denver?
before you played your first game.
Well,
with them?
yeah, man, because when I signed, nobody else had even signed yet. D. Ware didn't sign, Lieb didn't sign. So I'm like, okay, I'm just betting on me going there what they got. I'm like, oh, we gonna be cold. And then I think either later that night, the next morning flying out, I heard Ware and Lieb sign. I was like, oh, oh man, he's in trouble.
Yeah.
We finna be on bumpers, but like camp went well, it went cool, but you still got to mesh, you still got to gel. So even that first year, we lost Danny Trevathan in camp, it was tough. He was a huge part of that, upcoming defense.
How long did it take for y'all to gel and for everything to kind of click?
Man, we had some injuries that first year. Jack Del Rio was the D coordinator, so I don't really honestly think we gelled at all that whole year. Like, we were kind of had some guys in and out. We had good numbers, but the feeling of just being that dominant defense, like not giving them nothing, that didn't come till the next year. Like when we got Wade, and it was like we playing cover man, cover 8, might give you some 6, some 3 buzz. Go out there and play. We got 4 and get you 1 fire zone. We got 5 defenses, and the number 1 we playing is 1 man, 1 hole. Mm-hmm. So it was like, okay, what we in, let's get it.
Yeah.
And when you can do that, that's when you good. Like, and we was doing that early with teams. I think we played Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers was leading the league in passing at the time, like week 6 or something. He come in on his high horse. Man, we lined up across, press.
All
Can't
across
run the
board.
ball. Now let's see what you could do.
Yeah,
I think he left with like 55 passing yards or something.
Yeah, damn.
That's crazy.
strapped him.
Strap. Cobb, everybody.
That's
Strap.
crazy. I had Wade for 3 years, so I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. I be forgetting that too.
Yeah. OG.
But Lee, hey man.
He always tell me how he
get out
loved
this
he
man.
loved to lead.
Yeah.
Yeah, him and Chris, man.
Nah, he came in like, you know what I'm saying? Gave everybody all the nuggets we needed. Like, shit was smooth. Like, he good dude.
But you balled your first year. You went to the Pro Bowl that year too.
Yeah, went to Pro Bowl that year.
How was it going? Like experiencing that?
It was. Oh, I had made it in Cleveland, so I went the year before my last year, which kind of propelled me into free agency.
And they still try to short
they
it.
still
They
try
still
it.
try to lowball
Safeties,
it.
bro.
Man,
They
I had
do
a
it.
pick
Why
on
do
the
they
Pro
do that
Bowl.
to safeties?
They just, oh man, it's like the running back right now. They just, they don't really want to pay nobody. So they want to see where we could shave the most dollars off at what position. And if you can get it a unanimous, opinion about that position, like the running back is now, then you can have every team, and it's like you gonna make sure that this position isn't garnishing these much wages. So that's how the running back is right now. And I think they just once they get them 32 teams to agree on this as much this position should make, you show.
There ain't
This
nothing
is
you
what
can do
gonna
about it at that point.
Because you can't go nowhere else and get more. Because they done already agreed, hey, $40 million is all we giving safeties, 4 years. You give them a little less, but no more. All right, cool.
We all on the same page? Cool.
Literally, they do. I feel like them owners, man, they be banding together like this. That's what the NFLPA is supposed to be. It's supposed to be like players, owners, like we all got our voice, but bro,
That's not.
they got the dough.
Yeah, they controlling it. So it's like, how was it playing with Payton Manning, a legend?
That was cool, man. Just having that type of leader in the locker room, of that, level, production, what he had already done in the league. I've never played with a player of that caliber, so it was a first for me. I was juiced. Every team I'm on, I'm kind of more the, leader in the locker room, one of the voices that's able to speak out.
Mm-hmm.
But having D. Ware and Payton on the team, I kind of just sat back and was on for the ride. We were all leaders in our own way, but not having to be that main guy on the defense or on the team that's trying to pick everybody else or do something like that. It was cool. Like, it's an experience. I'm glad I didn't have to be that guy all the time. So.
Yeah. And then y'all went to the bowl, won the bowl. How was it just being out there, like being in it? Out of heat, look, he had the time of his life.
What?
He was.
But y'all was in San Fran?
We was in Frisco.
Yeah. See, we was in Atlanta.
Yeah.
See, he was out there.
I was in Atlanta too.
Oh,
Hey, I for sure was in Atlanta.
For sure.
Man, yeah, I had a good time at y'all Super Bowl. But man, making a Super Bowl was crazy. Like beating Patriots in that AFC Championship game, and then the confetti falling. It's like, damn, like bro, we going to the ship.
Yeah,
like, that's crazy. And then getting there, and the week before, doing all the interviews.
How long is the week leading up to the leading up
2
to
weeks from the championship game, and then you practice at home for a week, and then you go to the venue and you practice there for a week. But it's by the time you get, well, for us, I know it's the same thing for y'all because y'all had Wade. It was like we had the game plan, everything was in by the time we left. When we got here, it was like we just fine-tuned a couple things and just made sure we did all the interviews and wasn't too drained from that. And then we got to practicing at Santa Clara, and we just knew our game plan was solid. Like it wasn't much they could do. Like even before the game, it's like, man, going into the game with this, I don't see them beating us. Like
it was
I don't
Carolina,
see
right?
it, bro. Yep, it was
They had a good
Carolina.
team that year, too.
They was killing cats.
they had a real good team.
MVP year.
Hell yeah.
They came in. Nobody gave us a shot too. They was like, oh, Cam and them.
I thought Cam and them was
they
going
gonna
to
do all
win.
your little
They had a good team.
And then, I said, all right, bet.
You balled too.
Yeah, I
7
had a good
tackles,
game, man.
fumble,
I balled and
pick,
and fall.
everything.
Had a pick and in recovery. I couldn't stay on my feet. The grass was too slick. I scoop and score. Almost, I could have scored, but I slipped. The ref was in my way. He was doing this, so I was like, I picked the ball up. I seen him. Instead of just going straight, I tried to do a little cut and get out his way, and I slipped and fell. And then the interception, I caught it, and I didn't have it. It was kind of moving, so I was making sure I had it before I could get my feet right. And by the time I got to my feet, man, Ted Ginn was running at me. And I'm like, oh, I can't run around.
Yeah, he a
here.
track
Too
star.
fast.
He a track
so I
star.
went the other way, and as soon as I turned, man, the running back, Tolbert, was right there. He punched it out. Boof. I'm like, oh, shit. Because they was like, I got the interception. They was like midfield or something. So I picked it off at like the 10, the 20 or something. And I fumbled right there. Yeah. So if they would have recovered it, that would have been in the red zone going in the score. That game would have been shit. Completely different.
Yeah.
But Danny Trey was right there, right on time. Right on time. He recovered it. It was three Panthers right there. He done ran past all of them. And then shoot, that was all she wrote.
Hey, how hard was Cam to get to the ground during that time? Because that's prime Cam. That's MVP Cam. I think people like seen like the last few years of what he was, but that wasn't the player you went against.
Nah. Cam, man, it's a big, fast dude. My interactions with him, he slid one time. I got him pretty good, but it wasn't one of the situations where he had the ball in his hand, like trying to stiff arm me or like try to break my tackle or any of that. Like literally at one time I had him in the open field, he slid. Yeah. So I really don't know, but you know, from the film, he was throwing linebackers all year. Get off me.
Yeah, like
one hand throwing guys draped on him, about to get sacked, throw it. So you know what I'm saying? What we were saying was when you do get your hands on him, get that arm. Like, don't go for nothing else because he going to be able to stay up and get that ball. Same thing like with Andrew Luck. You got to get the ball or that throwing arm because he a big dude. He can hold D lineman up. So I remember one time I hit Andrew Luck, came off the edge, hit him. I didn't bring my legs, but I kind of hit him and like tried to pull him down. Man, he found a way to throw the ball. It's like, yeah, he's strong, man. So
what all come like when you win the Super Bowl? 'Cause they lost. So, I just said that's my man.
You forever Super Bowl champ.
Yeah.
Like
after that, it's like
I ain't gonna lie. I use Super Bowl champ for a year. I get anywhere. And that's real shit. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. Other people was like, I don't even want to say it no more. All the I was like, hey, you got Super Bowl champ. So that's really kind of like you get that recognition, and then but depending on where you are in your contract, you should be able to, maneuver, do some good things. The perfect thing for me to do at that time after we won was to hold out. Like I should have just said, "Nah, I ain't coming to work." Because I was underpaid at that time. I think I was making $5 million. The going was like 10. The top safeties was getting 10 at that time. I took the low deal to begin with. I played 2 years of that, Pro Bowl, Super Bowl, check,
payday.
That's why I started my agency, because my agent didn't do that.
Right.
And I don't want, I want to help players that may be in that same situation, you feel me? And I know how I felt being underpaid. Like, even when I agreed to the Denver contract, I called my dad, like, this should be one of the happiest moments of my life. I was pissed crying. Like, that ain't even what I'm worth. Yeah. He like, man, it's going to be a good situation. Denver's a great spot. You close to home, yada, yada, yada. My dad always talked me off the ledge. So, winning that Super Bowl is priceless.
Yeah. So going into it, like you said, you should have opted out. What made you say, all right, I'm about to just go back to work and go play? With just
being a good pro, trying to be a pro, do the right thing, be around my team. I was like, you know what? I'll play this third year. And, just whatever. Being a good pro, being, agreeable. And I just felt like holding out wasn't going to make me play better on the field. Like missing reps, missing time away from camp, I wasn't going to have a good year doing that anyway. So let me come to work, perfect my craft, sharpen my knife, and go to work. And then I get it after this year.
Right. Yeah.
Played my third year. Wasn't a great season. It started off well. I think I was like mid-season All-Pro. And then I didn't make the Pro Bowl that year. I was the only one in the secondary that didn't make the Pro Bowl. Chris, Lee, and Stu made it that year.
Stu, forgot about him.
Yep. So that, and then they released me before week 1, my last year. Yep. Damn. I had tore my hand. I didn't tear my hamstring. I pulled my hamstring, so I missed most of all preseason. But it's preseason. I'm going on year 8. Like
but you feel like with the work
vet here,
the work you put in,
about nobody else playing preseason, but they had drafted Simmons.
Oh, okay.
So
Boston
they had
College.
drafted Simmons and Will Parks. So they had brought 2 safeties in. So I seen the writing on the wall, which I wasn't tripping, but just let me go early so I could make moves. Y'all waited till week 1.
Nah, that's great. So you was at all training camp?
All training camp.
Yeah, that's bad.
Come on, bro.
So after that, what was your next move? I know you went to Tampa.
I went to Tampa and was there, came there, and right before week 1, I got there. It was a hurricane warning, so we had to, a week into it, we had to go down to Charlotte, we had to go to Charlotte, stay there for like a week while the hurricane had calmed down. They had Dirk Cutter was the coach, Mike Smith was coordinator. I came in there. You know, I thought they had a cool, good young team. Jameis was quarterback at the time. Mike Evans was doing his thing. D-Jack was there. Yeah. I liked, their defense. They had Quan Alexander and Levante David at linebacker. I'm like, cool. Grimes was at corner. It was a cool defense. Like, I was like, all right. I met with him, during the process. They was telling me, want you to come in, be the leader and take over the defense and all this and be the guy. As week go by, I'm learning the defense, so they working me in, which I have no problem with that. Right. Week 1, week 2, week 3, I know the defense. Mm-hmm. Let's go. Got me alternating with players that not my caliber, right? Yeah. So that just sent me in another type of rebellious state, like, fuck y'all, type of, I was a little depressed. Then I had got caught with some tree. Mm-hmm. During the season, the police had came in my house while I was at work. So I was dealing with that. And, oh, man, it was just a lot going on in Tampa. It was a little dark time for your boy, I'm not going to lie. Yeah. But right after the season, another thing in Tampa, they kind of played me. When I had got in trouble with the weed situation, the police came in my house, and they left. They took it. It wasn't that much, right. So they just got rid of it. And I'm thinking it's over. I go to the team security, ask them what's going on with the case. Is there a case even to deal with, to worry about? Nah, it's all good. We'll take care of you. Don't worry about it. It didn't get out. Like, nobody knew about it. So I was like, cool. Season go on. It's probably about 6-7 games left in the season. We played New Year's Day or New Year's Eve. So that night, after that last game, we go out New Year's Eve, whatever, enjoy the night. The teammates and stuff. It's our last, time in town. So everybody going home. Mm-hmm. I wake up the next morning, somebody knocking on my door. So I'm like, my lady at the time, I'm like, baby, it sound like the police. Somebody down there knocking like the police.
Oh, I'm not
man, it was the police. Man, they came and arrested me, read me my rights, cuffed me, all type of shit. Took me to county, booked me. Wow. Had me in the back of the car, cut for 30 minutes on the drive. They just played me, bruh.
So they waited till the season was over to get you.
Tampa played me.
Damn.
Yeah. They probably ain't want nothing going on with the team.
Yeah.
Season over. That's crazy.
And then you was on. That was a 1-year deal. So they knew they was gonna part ways anyway.
Yeah, something. It ain't over though.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That makes sense. So you took a couple years away from the game.
Yeah. I didn't take. They forced me. I couldn't get a workout after that year in Tampa. I couldn't get a workout. I couldn't get in the building. Like, I couldn't get nowhere. It was like the craziest shit ever.
So you kind of got like blackballed out.
Yeah, kind of my ass. I got blackballed. Yeah. Damn. My agent, I had switched agents. I went with David Mayetta. From Athletes First. Mm-hmm. With him for a minute. He just had too many safeties at that time. It was a couple guys out. I think Kenny Vaccaro was out. I was out. It's a bunch of safeties out, like free agents, when the season was approaching.
Right. Okay.
And I was just like, bro, it's a conflict. You got 3 safeties. Like, I know you do a good job, but at some point you're gonna have to show loyalty to somebody. I know you've been with Kenny since he been in college. Mm-hmm. And you got, hey, we need a safety. What are you going to say, Kenny or TJ? Or you just going to tell them who you got and let them make the decision? Kind of like, it's tough. So, and I wouldn't even be mad at you for that. Right. Like, I would kind of expect you to treat Kenny because he been with you. You went to Texas and everything. So kind of is like, I know you saying that's not the case, but subconsciously it probably is. Yep. So let me just, no hard feelings. You did a good job. You did what you could. Let me just go And I ended up going back with my other agent, my old agent. So I went back with my old agent, and the same shit. I was out 1 year, a whole year, bro. I never in my life thought I would be out of football for a year, still trying to play. So then the second year come, and same thing. I can't even get a workout. Like, bro, I can't get a workout. Are you crazy? So Jacksonville worked me out at the beginning of my second year out. Worked out with them. Did a good workout. They didn't sign me. They was trash. I don't know why they tripping. Like, bro, y'all are terrible.
Yeah.
They didn't sign me. So, yeah, as this week one's approaching. Wait, was it 2 full years? Nah, it was 2 full years.
Yeah,
so it was 1 year. The second year, got the workout with Jacksonville. That was all I had, one workout. The whole year went by, didn't get no workout. I'm about to hang him up. It's 2 years. I'm done. Call my agent. Hey, yeah, just send my papers in. I had just had my son. Like, I'm cool. Shoot, he was all right. I've been talking to a couple teams. Just give me like a week. I'm all right, cool. Got a week. Next day, Arizona called, worked me out, signed me. Shit was crazy.
Yeah.
But it's crazy because Vance brought me to Arizona. And then I told you they had released me before week one. That was Vance's first year as a head coach at Denver. So I was in camp with Vance that whole year. I mean, that whole camp period. I didn't play for him because I got released. And then I remember it was like rumors of me being traded and released. And I'm like, Vance, what's going on? Like, y'all finna release me? Y'all trying to trade me? He like, nah, we good. You know, you good. Don't worry about it. Get ready for week one. I'm getting my hamstring back. So they did me dirty, but like, you healthy? You ready for week one? You good? I'm like, yeah, I'll be ready. I'm good to go. You know what I'm saying? Week one coming. Cut, because there ain't no settlement now.
Yeah.
You can't release me if you hurt.
So if you play one snap, week one, then you can, damn.
Yeah. So,
But it's
that's
just
stuff y'all don't even really know about, like.
Yeah. Like, it's just crazy to even hear this because I didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, like, as a fan to learn about the business, and it could be that, like, what happened to you, that's dirty.
yeah,
that's
for
dirty.
sure.
Cut
For
those.
sure,
I
for
wouldn't
sure.
let that. There's no way I could just let that slide.
Nah, at the time, I mean, I was kind of referred to doing certain things to just let like a headache. But as I'm maturing and out the situation and looking back on it, I feel a whole nother way. Like you said, it's like ain't no way.
Yeah.
So,
Especially for 2 years, somebody who made Pro Bowl, Super Bowl champion, big games, and played great. Wasn't just in the Super Bowl, was killing in the Super Bowl, can't get a workout. It's just, it don't sit right. It's weird. It don't sit right.
it's very weird. I'm like, bro, this is weird. But I'm like, ain't no way they done came together and been like, all right, we ain't gonna sign TJ. Like, no way. Can't be, right?
Yeah, that don't make sense. The NFL is the trickiest.
Sick.
Yeah, bro. It's like they just psych up somebody else in. They don't get no fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when you do look back at your career and everything you accomplished, are you at peace? Are you satisfied? Are you at peace with what you did?
I'm at peace for sure. Do I think if I would have put more behind just the game, I could have had a gold jacket? Yeah, I do. But I don't regret it because, you know, it's an experience. You know, I even playing, I told myself, like, I'm going to enjoy what comes with being a pro athlete, being a football player. Now, some guys, they just stick to straight the books. They come in and, you know, they go to work, come home, study all day. I would like to do both.
Look, man,
I like to do both.
My mom made it, and I'm trying to have fun.
Yeah.
I like to do
You
both.
only get one time.
You only get
Yeah,
one
you
time
only
to
get
live
one
like
time,
this.
Yep.
So you get, you know, and then you got the players that are talented enough to do both and still be Hall of Fame caliber. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, everybody ain't blessed to do that. But now I had a ball. I don't regret anything about my career at all. Like, I played the game how I always played it until they changed the rules. And, you know, whenever I was out there, wasn't no half-stepping. You can't say I was out there not giving max effort or doing some soft, not respecting the game, not respecting my teammates, my coaches. So yeah, for sure.
Yeah, every a lot of people around the league, they speak very, very highly about you.
No, I appreciate
from beginning to
yeah,
end.
and to get the feedback from your peers is that's one of the biggest things you could take away from being in the league, because everybody is an NFL player. Everybody got a check. Everybody on the field. You know what I'm saying? Everybody in they city doing whatever they do. Known around the city. So y'all all on the same levels, but to be respected amongst them men is is definitely a blessing.
When you and you still you've been removed for a few years, but it ain't like you played 20-some years ago. So it's like I heard you mention even though they start changing the rules and making it harder, even when you watch him play today or guys that's playing today, how much harder is the league making it on defensive guys? Because it's kind of like every year they make it harder and harder. You can't tackle him this way. You can't touch the receiver this way. How hard is it to really be good on the defensive side of the ball now?
It's hard. I was just telling somebody else, it's for us, it's like you asking a boxer to pull his punch while somebody countering him. You know what I'm saying? It's like, we boxing, you swing at me, I go to counter, but I gotta pull it a little bit. Come on now, you can't tell no boxer to pull no punch. That's how it is for us. It's we got him in our sights, he lined up, and at the last minute he might do something, and I gotta pull my
and y'all
my
playing at
momentum.
y'all playing at 100 miles an hour.
Yep.
That's crazy. That's insane. It's impossible.
So
I just start flipping cats. I ain't even taking no chance. I'm gonna knock your kneecaps out. I'm not. I'm not getting no more money taken away from me.
How much fine money do you think you gave away off of hits and stuff like that? How much money you think the league done took from you?
Probably $500,000.
God, I take that shit to trial.
Yeah,
They
come
gonna have
on.
to look.
Well, because like I said, I got suspended one game. That was, I had just got paid, so I think my game checks at that time was $300, something like that.
Damn.
So that was that, and then I got fined early for 15. My first fine was 15. It would go up from there.
Yeah.
My second one was 25. By that time, I think I got 3, and I was like, nah, I'm done.
Bro, they take your money for face mask, horse collar. It could be an accident.
Bro, face
Face
mask?
mask?
Yes.
Oh, see, that's crazy.
Unsportsmanlike
Yeah, unsportsmanlike.
they taking your money, bro.
Cleats.
Yeah.
Don't forget the cleats and the
socks,
the shirt
dudes
up.
I got a horse collar.
Uniform violation.
I barely they ain't call it on the field. The refs ain't throw no flag.
Oh, they came and
I
got
get a
you
call.
later.
Yeah, I guess Arizona turned it in. They trying to take my. I'm telling you, that's an accident. But like you said, it ain't nothing.
Yeah, so
it ain't
that's
helmet to
football.
helmet. Yeah. So it's getting ridiculous out here.
Man,
Football.
bro.
Don't touch the quarterback.
Yeah,
I was just thinking, if I was playing today, if I had a clean shot on the quarterback, I might just knock his top off and just get the flag and send him home. Real shit.
you can't even fall on them no more.
At that point, you might as well do everything they don't want you to do.
see what
So
happened
if
to
I'm
Kareem?
trying to avoid it and I'm still gonna get penalized for it, let me go ahead and just knock his top off, knock him out the game, get my flag. Now you ain't got no quarterback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They go ready.
But you can't say that because you're gonna be bounty gate and all the stuff like the Saints.
Yeah.
But I was driving today, just thinking to myself, if I caught a quarterback clean on the bitch, I might just hit him helmet crown under his chin and just try to take him out. You might as well.
Yeah.
Might as well.
Yeah. Who were some of your favorite players to play against during your time in the league?
Oh man,
was
Andrew Luck was. I like playing against Andrew Luck. He's a good guy, good quarterback, very good player. Phillip Rivers. I got to pick almost every time I played him. Phillip Rivers gonna give you some money. Who else did I like playing against? So I played so many great players, man.
Yeah.
So a lot of
Anybody
great
surprise you that the average fan watching, they don't know yo, he was a tough little matchup. He ain't a big name, but I know when I play against him, I gotta be ready.
It's kind of weird because now I'm looking at hella different positions because I might be at the running back, the tight end, might be involved with a slot. I don't know. I think for me, my biggest headache was Antonio Gates. he just was a headache, bro. He was so wide, I couldn't get around him. I know what they was coming and feel it, but just be looking at him and just do a little dink, or he'd run a 7 and he'd make 10 cuts on the 7, or I block it. Like, they'll do some shit like this. I lock him up on a 7, and they'll come back and run a 7 stop the next play, and just like they did that to me in the red zone one year, and I was hot. Oh, it was hot.
Gates was like, he be out there freestyling. They just let him look, get open.
For real.
Yeah.
But yeah, Gates, those two, and Frank Gore was a good back, man. He was a problem. Like, he just was so low center of gravity. He was strong. He had high knees. It's like, bro, his target, all you seen was knees and shoulders. When he was running, bro, straight up. All you seen was knees and shoulders. But, yeah, them two right there, I always, like, any interview, I always mention those two for sure. Yeah. You know, you got your Grunks and other guys. Julio Jones was probably one of the fastest dudes. Like, he split our 2-man one time. It was a nub. We was playing nub on the backside. Stu had a kick.
So y'all
it was
like
half, and I had half on this side. And Julio ran all the way. I felt like he ran to Boulder. He ran to Boulder. And, yeah, that was one play I remember that. It was like, oh, shit. Like, when you feel like somebody's physicality, whether it's strength, speed, it was like, oh, shit. I can't match that. Yeah, like, I'm running. I can't match it. I'm just going to do it all I can. But, yeah.
How are you adjusting to life after football? Because, you know, I always hear, like, it's a difficult transition because, like, your whole life you've been playing ball and you know being under the bright lights and that. They say that's like a drug, that feeling you get from the fans, that's a high you could never experience again.
Yeah, I was going to ask about your agency, too. Like,
yeah, man. So that, to answer your question, is getting a routine, because, you know, like you say, football our whole life, we've always had a routine. It's been the same routine since you started. You know, it might change based on Pop Warner, high school, college, but, you know, for the most part, it's all the same. And that shit just stopped. Right? It's like, what I do today. Yeah. Right. You know, even if you kept your money, if you didn't keep it, whatever the case it's just the routine and just creating something that you could put that energy, effort into. So for me, it was staying around the game and just finding what I want and what lane that I want to be in. Coaching, really not something I ever wanted to do as a younger player or as a player. So I was just like, nah, not really. And then front office is something I'm interested in still now. So that's another reason why I started the agency, along with the issues I had as a player and my agent.
What's the name of the agency, brother?
Player Above Sports.
Player Above Sports.
Yep, Player Above Sports Group, actually. PSAG or PASG.
Okay.
And, you know, a lot of our guys we hang around out here and I'm friends with from the Bay, and just meeting guys in the industry from playing is all around ball. Like, whether they worked with agencies already, you know, being alongside a player that they did all their day-to-day work, so they know the intricacies of that. I'm like, man, let's do something together, with people around me. And I don't know too many other people or players. You know, I know a few that have their agencies, but it ain't like 50. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that we should be more represented. Yeah. Because we doing all the labor on the field. So when we done, why not help something to, you know, the ones coming up? Because ain't no agent played in no locker room. Ain't no agent played for no team. Ain't been in no locker room. Ain't been in no training room. You know, they deal with the sport coach, but we do that too.
Right.
And like you had that experience, like a regular agent don't know the feeling of I balled out and I feel like I'm not getting what I'm worth. You know what I mean? Like, they don't know that feeling that you had.
Or even giving you just the wrong suggestion just so they can line their pockets real quick.
100%.
So your goal with your agency is to what? Like,
man, my goal is to educate, is provide, you know, a full assorted agency. We do everything, you know, From being we could be your friend, your day-to-day, call you every day in the morning, everything you need to do, to leave you alone, talk to you once a week, but we're going to make sure you in line, you handle, you know what's going on around you, why things is happening around you, who to have around you, where not to go, how to deal with a coach, how to deal with a GM, how to deal with your teammates. You know, it's a lot. So through my experiences, through other people's experiences, other people's stories, just giving them as much information as we can.
Yeah. Are you guys working with, like, as far as like the NIL stuff? Are you guys getting involved with that
we
side of the
are
business too?
capable of it, but it's not what we're focused on right now. Just because the NIL has honestly created its own little industry where you kind of got to be an expert and very specific, or these schools are providing these NIL collectives where they just providing the money anyway, so it's really nothing out there for you to go get for a player because the school already got it locked down.
Yeah. Damn. So, do you wish y'all had NIL when you was playing? Because you'd have got a bag. You'd have got a good bag at Oregon. All them fresh uniforms,
Man.
Nike.
You know what? But the NIL, I love the NIL and the transfer portal right now just because it's making college football so much more competitive. Because all the big schools been paying cats anyway.
Facts.
So that was their advantage, is having the money to pay these guys under the table and give them this bag. But now everybody can do it.
Even playing field.
Now what you gonna do?
Dudes can go to Colorado.
You feel me? And
Facts.
they can't hoard the talent.
Yeah.
You got Alabamas and these big nationally and historically nationally big schools, Michigan's, Ohio State's, Alabama, SC, hoarding players.
Yeah.
They sitting on 3 All-Americans.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They can't transfer because you're going to lose a year if you transfer. Yep. And you can see the situation like being a pro. It's like, this the defense they running, this their coach, this who they got now. It's like, you almost a free agent. You is a free agent. Because you're getting paid, too. Yep. Now these cats is even going to stay in college.
That's
like,
why I was going to
come
ask you,
out,
too.
they're going to give me $600 to stay. What? Yeah, I'd stay for 2 because you're going to be a rookie. You may only make $400.
Right.
Yeah. I was gonna ask you that, like, would you ever, if you was, because like Caleb Williams' dad was kind of saying, like, you know, if the situation ain't right, he'd rather him just go back. And Caleb kind of hinted at it. Would you, if you was in that position and it was a situation like we see the Bears, they get the #1 pick, or you know what I'm saying, something like that? Would you be like, hey, look, man, I'm already getting M's here.
If it's the Bears, I ain't going to Chicago.
Yeah, it's tough.
I ain't going. If I'm in his position, I'm rooting for Denver to lose because I would take my boy right to Colorado if I'm Caleb Williams. That'd be the best place for him. Yeah. It's perfect. If I was him, I'd be ready, like, come on, Denver.
Yeah, keep losing.
But, I mean, they got to do something with Russ.
They'll figure that out.
Oh, yeah, they can figure it out.
They'll figure it out.
The best thing for Denver is for Russ the ball and they lose.
So somebody else
somebody else could get him, and they could get their first round pick.
Yeah.
So when you
get somebody to trade for him.
Do you identify more as like a Bronco when you look at your career? Because you were involved with them?
I mean, Cleveland definitely gave me my start, and they birthed me in the NFL. But Denver is definitely what I definitely associate with. So if you was to ask me one team, I'm going to say the Broncos. Now, you won a championship there. I was spent 3 years. It felt like 5, but it was 3 quick years. We came in, did what we supposed to do, got up out of there. Yeah. So, yeah, for sure, Bronco, yep.
I think that's pretty much everything, man. I appreciate you coming on.
For sure.
Appreciate your time, you know.
Yes, sir.
Yep. And that's another episode of No Bluffin Podcast. We appreciate y'all watching the video. Like, comment, subscribe, share the channel. Love.